change your life. First class, alright. But you on a one-way flight. I can get you here tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright. But you on a one-way flight. I can get you here tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright. But you on a one-way flight. I can get you here tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright. But you on a one-way flight. I can get you here tonight. You know I can change your life. First class, alright.
Good morning all. Yes sir, hope everyone is good, hope everyone is well. Happy Friday to all. Let's get it. See what we got going on today. Take it from there. Who we got in here? Good morning. Let's smash, relax. Tony, ready, huh? FOMC day today, not FOMC. I'm almost getting mixed up. NFP, my bad. Anyways, hope you're all good. Morning, Harry. Back to trading after a long pause. Hope you are good. We're doing well, man. Strong start to the year. Can't complain, right? We can't complain. Markets, despite being an NFP week, have not been too bad. Bit of in-depth analysis. Some heavy consolidation that we managed to capitalize off. But, yeah, otherwise not too bad here. Not too bad. So, let's get into it. See what we have on the menu for today. NFP day. We will discuss a little bit about NFP as well, of course, as that's important. And yeah, let's start here with looking at what's going on in the space. Reddit. It's been good to us. And this guy posted, I've tried everything, but I failed in trading. I don't know why, but it's been 4 years, but no strategy makes me consistent profitable. I always revolve around break even and loss. Some profitable live their life by trading, or is it just a myth around people are profitable every 3 to 4 months? I'm really sad I didn't become good at a strategy that gave me results. I stick to so many strategies for 3 to 4 months. Same things, break even or loss. I made a few profits, then it goes to the market. All right. Very interesting. Very interesting. So first leak we can see in just a small text is my man is saying he stuck to as many strategies for 3 to 4 months, 1 quarter. Do you think that is a good way to judge? Imagine for 4 years, every 3 months, he's been changing strategy and starting back from zero again. So that's telling me he's not sticking with one guy to educate him. He's changing all the time, and he never has time to master emotions in the market, because sometimes he makes profit, then it goes back to the market. So that is emotional, right? That is something you need to work on daily. But how the hell can you work on that if you keep changing strategies every 3 to 4 months and have to learn it? I would say to learn the strategy, it will take 3 to 4 months, not to become profitable. Obviously, if you pay, to learn my strategy without having support or paying for education, and you don't know anything, that will take you 6 months, man, before you really understand. 5 months, before you really can get things straight. Obviously, if you get the right circle, the right education, you can speed up that time. But 3 to 4 months, not enough, right? So if you guys are on Reddit, go and comment to this guy. This guy is yapping about risk management. Cut your losses quick and let your runners run. This is why people fail, right? This is like the worst advice you can give. Why is this the worst advice? Because why should you cut your losses if you put your stop loss where you are wrong? So what does that mean? The first 1 minute candle I see, I cut my losses. And then when my trade is in profit, I hold it for hope. That is like, you see the difference? That is like greedy when your trade is in profit and hopeful when you're scared when your trade is in drawdown. It should be the opposite. You should be scared when your trade is in profit and making sure that, because that's the time you're making money, and hopeful when your trade is in drawdown if you have a stop loss, because that stop loss should be your last line of defense. So you should be hopeful and be like, look, if we can respect price action, I should survive. Worst case scenario, I'm gonna lose what I predicted to lose. Not predicted, but what I agreed with to lose, right? Again, bad advice. Stick to good RR. Use trailing stop loss. Man, this is gonna kill you. This is the best advice someone could give right here. Two people here who've given best advice. Stick to one strategy and try to perfect it. Good advice. You have two choices. Give up or try to find a professional face-to-face mentor that will teach you 6 months to a year. Guys, what have I been saying? You know, this is facts, man. You need time. Even one-to-one mentor is extremely expensive to get a one-to-one mentor. But it is true. The guys who I work with sometimes, I see more results because it's more in depth. But you don't have to pay that much money when you have options around you. But this is key. Stick to one strategy, find someone to help you. It's so easy. It's an easy formula, and then you will see something change. You know? You know? This is like a old, whoever this guy is an old guy, because he's like, go figure it out yourself. You have a better chance in succeeding. Depends, because most of the guys are untrustworthy. So as a general blanket statement, yes. You know? Anyways, let's see. Oh man. My goal is to make about 1,000 to 3,000 a day. Wish me luck. He's gonna need a strategy, not luck. I'm a failure. I completely obliterated my portfolio, down 50%, and I'm still holding the position. Not entirely sure what to do with my life anymore. Don't know what to say. Anybody know how I should go about fixing my life, or even finding a passion to do and make money? Any advice, perspective, help? You see how many people need help? So many people need help. And this is easy to avoid these scenarios, man. But people are drawn in by the BS. Like, we are lucky to be here in a safe environment that we actually can control this stuff. People come into this game, get scammed by so many people that push these dreams down their throat, and then they end up like this. And those people don't realize, without giving basic advice to help people, to keep them safe, you put people who will question their life. Which is not funny, but I mean, you know, this is not a game, man. We're not playing a game. So this guy's goal is to make 1,000 to 3,000 a day, and he's posting a screenshot of making $4. Oh, then he made 3,000. Oh shit. How many trades is this guy taking, bro? Is he mad or what? That's like 100 trades to make that. I don't know. I don't know what he's doing. Starting young, that's not a bad idea. My brain turned into mush because of trading. Yes, too many things going on. I keep noticing. Oh, check this out. This is an interesting one. So he's been trading for 18 months and he's blown many accounts. I've profited many accounts, but the pattern I keep notice happens. I tried to take the easy way out, whether it be using signal groups. Surprising, had one that worked consistently. Trading bots got my accounts to 250 to 1.7k in 6 months, and then lost it all. I have traded myself when I've ended up break even or 2 to 1. My question is, I have a lot of knowledge about trading. Again, strategy, man. Oh, he's 18-year-old male. Fine. Oh yeah, since 2021. My bad, yeah. So he's actually been longer in trading, man, and he still doesn't have a strategy. And this is what I mean. Like, at least he's honest with himself that he's tried to find the easy way out using signal groups, that some of them worked, and then blew his account. And then he wastes time from 2021 till now. Guys, we're in 2026. My man is still searching for a strategy. Hello. So get your head right from the beginning. You're going to see massive success. You know? A lot of people are in the same situation as most of us were. But there's ways to get out of that, right? And that's what we're here. So realize the value. Realize the value. We're lucky. We're lucky to have tight-knit community. Lucky to have all of these resources, right? This week I'm down 1.5%. It's not much, man. But you need to find out why. Why? If you're following my strategy and you're down 1.5%, then there's a problem. Because this week had options that you maybe missed. If you are following someone else's strategy, then you need to check what happened. Doesn't mean the strategy is bad, right? 1.5% doesn't make a strategy bad, but you have to find out why. All right, let's get into Friday here, NFP, right? So NFP is simply going to be labor market, right? So today we're going to be seeing some labor market numbers. If labor market is struggling, meaning less jobs, more unemployment, then we are more than likely going to continue with the rate cut environment, meaning we're going to see gold pump, stock market pump, indices pump, right? We're going to see all of those things pump. So over the week, with yesterday unemployment claims, let's show you the numbers. Day before yesterday, we had the unemployment claims coming out a little bit lower, but we had ADP come back lower. But this lower is a positive because it's less people claiming unemployment, but not by much, right? Still higher than 2 months before. I mean, still higher than the month before, but today is going to be the big day because we get to see the unemployment rate. They're expecting unemployment rate to go down. I think that's achievable with yesterday's number. So honestly, my perspective today, and I want you guys to listen, for NFP, right, is going to be, we're going to see mixed results. So maybe we see employment change here, that we came out 51, 64. Maybe we see this come back lower, less people employed, but we see unemployment rate come down a little bit. So I'm expecting to see a bit of push-pull. I'm expecting to see push-pull, whipsaw in the market, classic January style, you know, which is still going to give hopes for the rate cuts. We're still going to see the hopes for rate cuts, but it's not going to be a black and white picture. Now, gold is pushing up based on this kind of analysis, and we can see that being reflected in price action right now. How can we see that? Bullish pressure. Can we see the same thing in US 30? Yes, we can. Bullish pressure. Can we see the same thing in NASDAQ? Not really, right? NASDAQ lagging behind here. It's not breaking down though, but it is lagging behind. How about SPX here? Same thing, lagging behind. So we're getting the bullish pressure on US 30 here yesterday. We're getting the bullish pressure on gold, but we're seeing the rest of the stock market lag behind. Why? Technology sector. Obviously, there's more fundamental impacts towards that. So today, NFP predictions, I predict it's going to be a mixed whipsaw move. So you normally see either liquidity grab up or down and probably ending without a big move. I could be wrong, but that's kind of what I'm feeling like. Ultimately, higher time frame though, regardless of news. If news does dump today, I see it as opportunity. Unless news is completely random, something that we could not predict, come unemployment rate shoots through the roof, all of that, whatever, or it comes back extremely better than expected, then what are we going to see? Because if labor market is doing better, means what? Labor market doing better means that they don't need to cut rates. Probably going to see gold pull back from there, right, in the news event. But I still see that opportunity, geopolitical tension, stuff like that. So let's go ahead and look at the analysis for today. See what we got going on in the analysis side. Daily time frame did close bullish, we could assume. We do have a daily resistance sitting up here. This could be a target for the day going to retest this zone. If we move down onto the 4-hour time frame here, we can see we have created a resistance. Now, what I like about this resistance is we have this liquidity wicks here showing me some buyers coming back in. And if we look here at this support that we had, previous 4-hour support, we're still respecting it. So even though bias is mixed today, I'm slightly leaning on the bullish side here. Only issue is we're stuck at what? 4-hour resistance. That's the only issue we have right now. So I just want to see what this is doing on lower time frame, if we have any reaction at this. We're going to put this P4 just to see. So moving on 1-hour time frame here, if we can get above this zone, we have a nice area to buy up, fill this wick as well. 30-minute time frame showing the same story, and you'll see the same story on 15. So ultimately buys above here looking good. But what I would prefer to see is I would prefer to come back inside the range right now, get everyone involved in sells, and then we head for that upside here. So I would love to see something where we make our way down here and then I take buys from down here to get out of the range. If we consolidate here, breakout could be an option, no problem. Or we could just be a bunch of bullshit today and have really messy price actions waiting for NFP, right? That's what could happen. We could just have some really shitty price action and price just wants to wait for NFP. And if that happens, we don't get involved in anything. We sit on our hands, preserve capital, and we only be a buyer if we're seeing nice volume pull price back, creating good structures to continue up. We're also going to be a buyer if we break above there. Now, for me to be a seller today, I need more information. I'm not going to be a seller for London more than likely, unless we start to break down heavy. Something like that. So maybe that's when I'm going to be a seller. When we break out here, I'm a bit worried about the 80 level here. So I will be keeping an eye on the 80 level. If we are very close to the 80 level, I'll have to wait for something above it, like at least a 5-minute or a one minute if we're in heavy volume, and then take it from there. Nasdaq today, bit of a messy price action we can see here, but previous daily here has still closed bearish here, creating us a resistance. 4-hour time frame closing bullish here. So a lot of mess we can see. We can clone this. Bring it up here. 1-hour time frame trying to break out here. We can move this one up here. Now the only thing I can see here is if we can try a breakout trade above this 1-hour resistance. That could be quite nice. This I'm gonna get rid of. Another idea we can do is buy from the bottom of the range, kind of like what happened here, but we buy from down here. This is a 15-minute range lows here. Now, sells can make sense if we break out of that range, but I don't want to be a trader back down to the bottom of the range right now, to be honest. I don't like that. I'd rather be a trader outside of this range. If not, I want to be a buyer above this range. But again, NFP day, man, I'm going to be very calm today because NFP day, rare to break out in London, huh? Remember, NYSE today, it's at 5:30. New York Stock Exchange open is at 6:30 Dubai time. So we will have the news before market open. So US session might be the better play because the news will be done by then. So will it break out during London? Maybe not. But that doesn't mean we can't. If we get a nice setup from down here back towards the top of the range, even if it doesn't break out, we're in profit. And if it does for some reason, we're in a good position. So if we're taking breakouts today, we need to be very careful. Any signs of weakness, I'm going to get out even if it plays out. Why? Because of what I just explained. Now, DAX here. DAX is really upsetting me, to be honest. We had very good potential on daily candles here, but it's just lacking good, solid continuation. We get perfect closes just to form range. Breakouts just to form range. So today is still bullish bias, but again, just lacking good pushes here on DAX, right? We're not forming anything solid. Now, if we're looking at what's going on today, even though there's a nice selling zone here, I can't be a seller on DAX because of a bullish bias. But what's interesting about DAX today is if we can take the same play as NASDAQ, which is buying from range low, maybe even as low as here, back up to range high. So same type of idea as NASDAQ play, range low to range high. But what I want to see is something like this, changes of structure. Instead of just one bullish 5-minute candle, might not be enough for me. So that's going to be the plans here on NFP day. And let's see what happens. Gold is trying to create support here. 4 minutes for the 15-minute candle to close. Again, I'd prefer to be a buyer from 68 or something like that. So yeah. So yeah, that's the analysis for today. I have the same exact markup for all the pairs. Crazy. Yeah, moving together before NFP. No one's trying anything tricky, you know. I wonder, we need to keep an eye on this NASDAQ London push, huh? Yesterday we got a crazy NASDAQ London push. Right, what time was that candle? We need to register what time that candle was. Where's that candle? Yo, where's that candle, man? Why can't we see it anymore? I'm tripping or what? Oh, too late. We're back. Before this dump? Not before this dump. Yeah, before this dump. Here. I was on 1 minute. 11:23. 11:23. So let's keep an idea of what times, you know. Nas likes to push around London Open. Not always, right? I've done a lot of back testing on that. You get good moves before as well in London. Obviously NYC, but London Open is a good time afterwards. But there are moves before. There are moves before. So I want to keep an eye on, do we find some little hidden pattern that around that 11:30 Dubai time, 11:25, we see a pattern of pushes. Because whenever you see an anomaly without an explanation, meaning, right? Meaning without news event tied to it, there could be something that we can find and grab a little bit of edge from. Now the big thing is, if you look at gold, for example, there's something called the COMEX Open, right? You can search online what is COMEX Open. So that's something you could be like, hey, I know COMEX Open is coming. There could be a move for me, right? So we want to see, is there something similar pattern we can find? See how loud is music on Zoom? First question. How loud is music on stream? Second question. I'm gonna check stream. Yeah, about the same that I can hear. About the same that I can hear. I asked you if you need explanations for that candle. You said no. I do not remember that, bro. 100%. Maybe watching another stream for sure. Or is it somewhere I can adjust? Yeah, you can turn off music on Zoom, bro. Just on the drop down menu, mute music. I feel blessed because you was the first and only guy I learned from. I'm sticking to one strategy 3 years. Amazing, man. Didn't send me your playlist yet? Bro, which playlist? You need to tell me which playlist, bro. I have so many playlists. The one rap playlist, what playlist? Hello. Send me all. I have so many different places, man. I can't send you all. And one of my playlists is in as liked songs, so I can't. I would have to make that a playlist. So you have to tell me which one you want. Here is one. Maybe this is the one you're talking about. That's one. I'm not even using Spotify. Look, my Spotify is closed. The playlist is not on Spotify. This is from a separate website. This is called Epidemic Sound. You can share me the link of your current playlist? Bro, you're driving me insane. I promise you're driving me insane. I just told you my current playlist is on Epidemic Sound. I can't share a link. You have to buy Epidemic Sound. So if you want to pay for Epidemic Sound, go to Epidemic Sound and search Deep House and you can pay for it. It costs around $30 a month, $40 a month. But it's just copyright music, copyright free music. If you want, I can make a playlist for you now then, just so you can get off my case. I have another playlist. Take this one. Fifan. Headache. Take this one. Take this one if you want. Like I play so many different music. Take this one. Yeah, those are mostly, but I have different ones that are on different platforms. 10 likes out of 170 viewers. Come on, guys. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed the analysis, leave a like on the stream. You know the drill. I would appreciate that. Oh, where's the screenshot for this? Let's go take the screenshot quickly. I actually gave a 1 to 2, huh? If you close perfectly. Was yesterday. No, yesterday. Yeah, this is tripping, man. How much time should I send? You mean spend in the market and why? What do you mean, per session, or do you mean in general? Per session, I like a rule of no more than 3 hours. That's kind of like my rule. And that's where I feel is enough. Yeah, no more than 3 hours. Morning, just joined. Any outlook on gold? We're heading towards 500. Possibly, but we are now stuck in the range. Remember, today's NFP day. So with NFP day today, we could have some differences. We could just be stuck in the range, but we are pulling back. Remember the original plan I said, right? Original plan If we're not breaking up, we can pull back in this range. As long as we're respecting this zone here, or even if we come below it, I don't mind too much. Could look for buys from down here. Don't like these clean caps, so I like to see liquidity grab some here. Then I'd like to see some absorption of the sellers. Show me that, and then boom, I look for buys. Then I look for buys up. If it's just gonna do this bullshit range like this, then I don't know. Maybe that's like some medieval torture method in 2026, just to punish us. Yes, if we push hard in Asia, pull back. That's what the huge candles. Range of VWAP continuation. Interesting. Harry, I got 2 wins on my Top Step account, but I didn't learn to calculate contract size fast on the first one, and it's 0.5% win on the second trade. I was scared to risk, and now I won only 0.5. Now I was supposed to be up 4%. Yeah, that's just you being a little bit lazy, right? And you need to understand, like, there will be a learning curve to increase more risk, but I mean, if you are struggling in a month to maybe afford $89 as your funded account, because that's how much it cost, then maybe you're not ready, you know, to be a trader. But I'm sure you can afford once a month $89. You've told me that, I know, on your case. So where is the issue, right? Treat it as a trade. What are you scared risking? Because you're never going to make money in this game if you're scared to risk something. It's not like the amount that you're risking is what you actually lose. The fee that you pay for the challenge is the max you can lose, man. That's the worst case scenario. And both ways, as long as you're following a system, doing things correct, you are going to learn something. If you're just doing random things, taking random trades with high risk, it's a waste of time, right? This is going into London. Let's see at the dashboard. Oh, nice. I don't think we can leak this to YouTube just yet, though. We can't leak this to YouTube just yet. We can't leak this to YouTube just yet. Nas is trying to break down. We have 2 big 5-minute candles here. I don't like a sell with this big stop loss, though. 25 points is pretty big on Nas. So I rather see like some sort of 5-minute structure so that I can not need to sell such a big candle. But yeah, man, also with your trades, you need to keep a positive mindset because you're taking good trades. You're just not putting enough risk on it. So it's much better than taking bad trades with bad risk. Like, it's a massive progression, right? So don't feel that bad, but you need to push yourself because it's a challenge account. If you were funded, I would tell you it's completely normal. Work on it, you know, increase risk slowly. You have time, you're funded. But on a challenge account, you know, you need to get over that fear. Otherwise, you're just going to keep being stuck on challenge accounts. Like, if you're not even risking 1% on a challenge account, it is really hard to pass. You know, staying under 1% is crazy. It's going to take ages. Especially if you were doing FTMO or something, it's just game over, you know? Because imagine you're risking 0.5% on FTMO. That means you need to make 30% just to pass, not even to get paid, just to pass, man. Oof. $30 wins you need in a row. 30 wins in a row. So if you had 1 month of every single day, 1 trade and it's a win, it would still take you a month. But we know that's not the case, right? Harry, help me out. Are news sometimes rigged? Is it true? Yeah, to some extent, I do believe that. dropping hard here. 1 minute straight, not even 1 minute pullback here. We do have room to sell below the 1 hour as well. But what would be nice is if we stop here, retrace, and then we catch the retracement sell. I would quite like that, to be honest. If we could catch something like that. So we need to wait for that at the moment. But there's some nice volume here, so that's good to see the volume. But we need to see a retracement to catch sells. Otherwise, maybe we could just play the range and buy from the bottom of the range as well. Mixed bias. So let's see how this forms. Going to keep it on my other monitor. Check out gold here pulling back as well. Coming closer and closer towards my zone. So let's see how gold forms. Okay, who made this playlist, huh? Someone made a playlist in the public group. I mean, not in a public, but who made this? This is UMK. It was made by someone called question mark. Who made this? 3 saves. 2 hour 6 minute playlist. Who is question mark? Has to be MK, man. Has to be him. For sure. He's probably Sniper ICT as well. I saw Spice Girls in the playlist. Yeah, definitely MK. For sure. The playlist is nice. Where is if Warrior, if you haven't saved this, you're banned from the group. You asked for a playlist. Someone made a playlist specially for you. Who made this playlist? We need to find out. I already did. Very good. Very good. Give it a play. I listened to it yesterday. I listened to it. It's like this type of music. Deep house. For sure you made it, bro. For sure. I know you're just capping. For sure. Knew it was you. Think about DAX buys back up. Let's have a look. Yeah, now we're tapping into this zone here. Retest 4 hour. Just 1 hour. Only thing is this enough or do we need change of structure? In my opinion, it being NFP day and I have a good week and I need to preserve capital, I'm going to wait for change of structure instead of just a 5-minute candle close. Because we don't have a previous 1 hour is bearish, 30-minute close bearish, 15-minute candle close bearish. So maybe the 5-minute is not enough, especially with all this previous resistances here. Now, in a different scenario, I could be looking for, you know, if I was really bullish biased today and trusted it, then I'll just take it based on 5 and run maybe a stop loss below here. But I think I'm going to wait for change of structure. Do we have top wick on broker though? No, also no top wick on broker. But it's just a 5-minute candle, so I don't really mind. It's not really a big deal. How old are you? I'm 14, bro. 14. I applied your strategy on Nikkei. Yeah, it's very good. So many gaps 1 minute. Yeah, DAX is a bit low volume, man. Low volume. I'm even having some gaps and some spread jumps as well. But I think that's just an IC market problem. Gonna be making a switch soon. How's your guys' spreads on DAX right now? Mine is 0.5, but a bit of spread jump. $1.3, yeah, it's not bad. Look, if this can close like this, if this can close like this in 12 minutes, I like it. If we can have a nice close on gold here in 12 minutes, I like it. So let's see. NFP day always does gold dirty. I'm gonna wait for news. Yeah, depends if you, depends how you trade it. Rejection from previous 1 hour. Yeah, that's why I wanted change of structure. We have a lot of which previous 1 hour rejection? Gold or what? Which one? This one? Yeah. This whole zone, even if it was a little bit high, I don't mind it, but we need to see a support. If this candle closes like that in 12 minutes, it means it did nothing. Not necessarily, because what we would do is we would ideally come down a little bit more and test into this 5-minute zone one more time, and then we would see one more reaction. Like I would like to see, because 12 minutes is a lot of time. So if we could come back into like this zone here or something like that and retest it and then close at the same spot, would be nice. It would show me more confidence. But yeah, if it just hovered here for 12 minutes, not really a good sign. That would be a crazy 1 minute range. But that's rare to happen, that. If it closes bearish though, doesn't mean I'm taking sells though, guys. If it closes bearish, I'm still gonna wait for a support to create, right? I would like to see this 5 close bearish here actually on DAX. Doji, not the best candle. Doesn't help us, doesn't create structure. How's Nas doing? Dump down here now, trying to decide what it wants to do. So there'll be more sells below the 1 hour. I don't mind a pullback to take continuation sells. Why have I put this as a 15? Where have I got this 15 from? I think it's from that rejection wick here. Something from yesterday. Don't really think I need this 15 here. See what we have going on next week. CPI, wow. That's a big one actually, CPI. So CPI is your inflation, right? They don't put a forecast yet? No forecast just yet. What are your thoughts about trading silver? Very good, man. Silver is nice. I think it's a good pair, man. I will wait another 24 minutes for OAR to pop on DAX. Fair enough. Not sure what OAR is. Did you talk about NAS? What about a sell after it retests the range it comes from? Yeah, that was one of the things I would like to do, actually. I prefer it than selling the lows here. But I don't know which range. I like this range. If you're talking about this range, I don't know if I'm gonna sell from here. But up here, yeah, I prefer it. Higher the better. One 5-minute range. Let's see where the 1 minute range is. Yeah, so this one right here then. Or the one I was talking about up here. Just depends how if you're considering this in your range. Which would have triggered maybe a sell here. But that's not enough of a pullback for me. Can you analyze Coca? Why don't you send me a chart? I can have a look at your Coca chart. And we can analyze it together. Which Coca? I don't know which one he's talking about, man. What is the ticker for Coca even? Is it the same? Let's see. Daily is in a freaking heavy consolidation, man. 4 hour as well. Big rejection to upside, so you could be snapping back in the range here. So probably I'd expect some structure formation. Maybe if a lower high you can get, then you can look to sell down. But pretty nasty range. Pretty nasty range. To answer your question, now that the range was retested, sell order to break lows. Ah, you want to sell breakout. Fair enough. Yeah, I was thinking more to sell back down towards the lows, not below the lows. Yeah, I get what you mean now. Let's analyze orange juice. You know what? We haven't looked at orange juice since the beginning. For the year, we haven't looked at orange juice. I think it's just OJ. There it is. Futures, man. We need to check the futures. What's going on with orange juice? Daily time frame. Whoa, bro, look at this recovery coming in orange juice, man. But what a dump. I think this guy has liquidated his whole account. He's liquidated his whole account. Now it's recovering. But now we're in a crucial zone right now. Crucial zone. I think, look, if orange juice continues with this pace, it could trade at 0. Literally, orange juice could go to 0. Man, when are we going to bottom out on this? And when is a good time to buy orange juice? I think a great time to buy orange juice is 96. If we come down to 96, I'm buying orange juice. All stores, make sure. If orange juice is at 96, go to your next supermarket and buy as much orange juice as you can, because I'm going to scoop up everything. Everything. This is a big problem though. If it rejects the bottom of this range, we could see one more retest. And before we start to distribute, I would expect some sort of long form consolidation first. Then we start to distribute up. See what gold is doing. What if Apple Juice gave an SMT fair value gap? Apple Juice then can go fuck itself, man. I'm loyal to orange juice. 2 minutes for this candle to close here. See, 30 pips for 26. We would need it to break past. 30-minute would have to be a break even. A little bit tough. 5-minute is slightly sketchy. But 1 minute is looking good with the changes of structure happening. Just depends how much we push in this last 2 minutes. I mean, it's very common for it to, you know, to just pop up here. But hey, if it's gonna do that, then so be it. I'm getting absolutely cooked in the markets. Good trades go for 10 minutes, then go to my SL or BE. Absolutely shit price action these past few days. What are you trading, bro? And what strategy? It's not the day. Oh, you're replying. Imagine telling your wife you lost your entire portfolio because you went full margin on orange juice. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. Man, the only thing I fear here with this support is I'm losing range now. In the last 1 minute of this candle, I'm losing some range. So we need the last 1 minute candle to maybe pull back a little bit. If the next one pushes, I think it's a game over. Game over. But Nasdaq is pulling back nicely here. Quite heavily, we're seeing Nasdaq pull. What do you guys have planned for the weekend? Anyone has any plans for the weekends? Let's see. That's why you should have another wife. Bro is living in 2075, man. Too advanced for us. My man is talking about telling your wife you lost on orange juice. Man is already saying, yeah, but I have another wife. So just relax. I'm ahead of the game. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, so gold closing here. Do I have opportunity for wick fill? Not with this 5-minute resistance here. I don't think so. And break of high. I do like break of high, but 37. If I was to put stops here, 26. 26. Where is it? Ah, it's a shit zone. But if we retest here with a bottom wick and then break the high, it's going to be good. So that's the only way I can get in now, because I need a smaller stop, because otherwise to the 30 minutes not worth it. We're looking at about 10 pips. 10 pips to the 30 minute. Yeah, it would be great to see a little liquidity grab down below here. Boom. Then we break the high, because we're still respecting this 1 minute range. So let's see if we can get that. OIR is short for open auction range. Important level on DAX that pops up at London Open. Watch the reaction yesterday, 8 a.m. Oh, your open. Okay. Yeah, I need to see how you draw your open range. NAS and gold mainly, prices are not respecting any gaps or zones. So what, you're trading fair value gaps? I don't trade fair value gaps, so I wouldn't be able to help you with that. But price action has been not terrible, to be honest. Not terrible. This week I have 4 wins, 1 loss. Luckily, I got to manage the loss. I was trying a breakout on DAX. That's how I lost this week. Because we were at all-time high and I was really confident that we would break out, but all we did was range. This is where I was trying the breakout. Once we got this 15-minute candle close above. I was trying to continue this break of high here. And then it just ranged. Eventually it did go up, but in my session it was just a lot of choppy price action. But I was doing it on 5 minute. See how this did. Not bad. Did give you something. So gold now coming back towards to break the highs here. This would have been my entry here, but I don't know if I can justify it for 10 pips. For 10 pips, I mean, I could go break even at 10 pips here, but I really wanted to see some sort of liquidity grab to give me the confidence on an NFP day. Especially without 1 minute candle closing above. Still a threat, huh? Still a threat. So a liquidity grab would give me confidence that we're not going to do the opposite. Because what could happen right now is, look, we can see some of these buyers getting absorbed right now at the highs. So if that continues and they keep getting absorbed, I would assume that we come back down here. Now, if we can defend this level, fine, fair enough. We'll just hold support here. But if we lose this level, we're probably going to come down here. And that's what I wanted to see first. Because then that job is done. Now, as it comes back up, we can break the high again. Once it breaks the high again, I'm going to get involved. Then I'm just going to use this as my stop loss right now. I'm going to use that as my stop loss. I don't need to run it all the way down here. I can save on this because we'd have to defend this area here in order to continue up after that happens. So I can maximize stop loss. After I maximize stop loss, then I can look to target into this range first. Where at that point, I would be looking at around 20 pips and my stop loss would be about 28, and hopefully a little bit of volume can at least give me a 1-to-1 with the range we're dealing with. So we can see that happening now, right? Anyone who entered early now are going to be holding drawdown. So like I said, now in my drawing, can we defend this level? So anyone who is in buys right now, they're praying that this level is going to be defended right now. So it's trying. You can see we're fighting for it to hold this level, and if it does hold this level, it should be okay. But at that point, you need a 1 minute candle breaking out the range to get the breakout. If nothing breaks out the range, you're just going to keep getting absorbed. But the problem is you're hoping for that. Whereas when I enter, there's no hope. It's just let my trade play out. All right, hope that makes sense. Gonna be 42 degrees here. Damn, you must be in New Zealand, Australia, somewhere there, because your summer is our winter, and our winter, I mean, our summer is your winter. So that's where I'm guessing you're from, if I had to make an educated guess. GJ seems to be doing an S1. Yeah, I haven't analyzed GJ. Oh, it's very deep, yeah. 5 minute, 15 minute has an S1. Yeah, you're right. Definitely was an S1 there. You do have some nice clean range. 14 pips for 8. GJ's not been moving too bad. I've been watching it for this first week here, actually. After the sessions, I've been watching it. Yesterday's session was a little bit difficult. A lot of range yesterday. Didn't really do much. Fake out on the break. We broke out here, then it faked out. So that was not nice. But today is looking not too bad. So let's see after the session. Be keeping an eye on it. Alright, so we defended the level here for a second time. If we get a 1 minute candle close above, could be interesting maybe. Again, we failed. Look at that. Boom. Sellers come in. See? So we're playing a battle between buyers and sellers here. So someone has to win eventually. But the problem is I don't want to be guessing who wins. I want confirmation of who's going to win. So I'm trying to contemplate, do I want to try something a little bit more spicy? And if we do get the 1 minute candle close above with the 15 minute candle close, do I rip it? Do I take the trade? Especially if we get a 5 would be nice. Do I take the trade and then put stop loss below this defense zone? Whey, there you go. Someone's going to win. And we didn't have to be part of it. So I like to see this. This is what I want to see now. That is exactly what I didn't want to be part of. So this is great to see now. So now it's following my plan, right? We said liquidity grab down into this zone. If we break this high now, there should be no business. Yeah, there should be no business now of us failing here. So let's see how big stop loss would be breaking this high. 26 pips. Yeah, so that would be my entry there. So what I'm going to do is take an entry if we break this high here. I'm going to put stop loss below this candle low. Right, we have all of that. That was the plan. Right, we spoke about that. We drew that out before it even happened. We made the whole drawing of that. Right, that's some next level shit. All right. So let's see how it goes. My break even will be the 30-minute. Yeah, we're losing pressure now. Losing pressure. Let's see what's going on. Yeah, so we got the 1 minute close above. We got the break of the high, but losing a bit of pressure. So this is where the pressure should have came. It's not over just yet, but it's not the explosion we would have want to see. So just low orders, NFP day. So we need to see if we can respect this level. How the 5-minute candle closes here. I really wanted the 5 to close above. That was the whole plan behind that. So I don't really like that 5-minute close, obviously. Not the best close. Close bullish, but just no pressure. No pressure. That's the problem. So we need to see how we respect this level. We don't respect this level, it's game over. I'm not interested in this trade anymore. Yeah, we just lost the volume here. So that was the reason I waited for the liquidity grab to see if we were going to catch the volume. right? So we had that liquidity grab. We spoke about that. But right now, after we broke the high, no buyers came into the market. So it's hard to predict that. When that happens, we can only do to our best ability. So again, as long as we respect this level here, we're okay. But if we don't respect this level, then I'm just going to get out. So if we close something below this level, I'm going to cut my trade and accept that no buyers came into the market, and that's fine. You know? Pretty deep candle close here. Hopefully give me time to manage, not straight to stop loss. That would not be nice if it does that. I'd like to see it at least give me a close so I can manage. On my broker, it looks very much different here. Look at this. On my broker, it looks very much different. At this point here, so close to stop loss, might as well just let it hit it. Because we're so close and we've had such a push down. So let's see. Okay, there we go. Now I'm taking out there on that. So yeah, that's it done. NFP day, nothing we can do. Simple as that. Simple as that. And got slip? Nah, didn't really get slip. How much here? 0.8 points? Not really. Yeah, classic, guys. NFP day, I probably shouldn't have not traded today. It's a classic. 30-minute bearish, awful trade. It was actually very good analysis here on that trade. It's just NFP day. NFP day, we did not get the expansion of the buyers, guys. We did not get the expansion of the buyers. I knew NFP would be risky, but I really liked how it came and gave me that liquidity grab there. Super confident with that. But hey, I always have to, you know, try and impress myself. And sometimes it's going to be like that. Sometimes it's going to be like that. When I just wish it didn't give me that confirmation, then I wouldn't have taken the trade. If I didn't get the confirmation of that one more liquidity grab, we literally drew this. And then we get the 1 minute close. Yeah, at least tap the 30. And then we get break even. But we're just not seeing the pressure of buyers just yet. Right? We're not seeing the pressure of buyers come in just yet. So the next option here is going to be to respect this support here. If not, we're coming down here. We're coming down here and then the next buy idea can play. But this is turning into just a lot of bullshit right now. We have market open in 1 minute here, which is, I was hopeful that by the time we would sit in profit, we would get that move up. But it's not looking like it. We're just seeing a lot of lagging players here, you know. So this is the open here. 1 hour candle did end up closing bearish now. We did see now the 30-minute not even managed to close strong bullish. And we're getting a bearish 15-minute candle close, right? Good job keeping your New Year's resolution of having courage in trading. I'm not sure what you mean by that. We have 5 wins this week, 2 losses. I've traded every single day. And I decided to trade NFP day. And I think I should have just taken the day off after such a good week. You know? So I don't see why I guess I think it was a very solid thing. And I liked how I got the liquidity grab myself. That's it. Very simple. If I never got that liquidity grab, I wouldn't have entered. I had to. You know? It was very good. We had a resolution. We cashed out. We saw this get absorbed immediately. And then we have failed here, which is normal to happen sometimes, especially on an NFP day. It's not easy to trade on this type of day. We might end up getting a setup 5 here. Coming down to that second level now. How's your funded journey going? Did you take US 30 these trades this week? Yes, I posted in the group. You can see my US 30 trades in the public Discord and Harry's trades. Here's one. So we took this trade but copied on 5 accounts. So this but copied on 5 accounts. Goes consider 15-minute setup too? Yeah, exactly. But we waited for something longer, right? We tried to take, since it was NFP day, we took extra confirmation and waited for liquidity grab first. So we tried to wait for full liquidity grab first to avoid it being any other day. You just rip the regular 15S2, you know? But it's not enough today. It looks like we're ranging. We did retest down here, but now it looks like we're ranging. Do you have a daily profit target? Yes, as much money as possible. That is my profit target. As much money as possible. Next week we have CPI. You trade that day? Yeah, but we just take it easy like today. I mean, today, I just wish it never gave the liquidity grab. That's what makes things difficult. Whenever you get that liquidity grab, it's exactly what I drew. Exactly what I drew. There was so much argument to that trade. So much to argue as to why it should be good. But this is classic. You mentioned 5-minute close above was part of the plan. No, I didn't mention. I said if we got a 5-minute close above would be nice. Right? It would be nice if we got a 5-minute close above. Which didn't happen. Right? But if it did close above, you can't enter that trade anyways. Because you would be late. So imagine this 5-minute candle close like this, you're too late. Because now your stop loss is going to be 36 pips. Your max target is 15 pips. It makes no sense. You see that? So that's why you want to try being where we were. And then you avoid having that scenario. Otherwise, you just miss the trade. Because remember, we have everything else as confirmation. Liquidity grabs, 15-minute candle closing bullish. Now it seems to be trying one more time. But look how deep the liquidity grab went. Like, you can't survive there's no point of entering here with a stop loss all the way here, 70 pips. Huh? Now it's trying to play out the idea we had, but it wanted to go for a extremely deep liquidity grab. 70 pips. So we can't really predict that. Now it's hitting my 30-minute target. So this is where I want to be break even at this 30-minute target. And then I would push for, you know, your 1-to-1. And my 1-to-1 would be in this scenario right here at the highs. Right there. Painful, but we were too close to market open? Not really, that's a good thing. That's a good thing. So what if hit TP, man? Same. Nothing we can do, guys. Nothing. Re-entry really hard. Where are you going to put stops? Plan was correct. You know? And this is exactly what I talked about. We need a liquidity guard. But guess what? It went for one more deeper. So I am a trader, but I'm not a rocket scientist. I'm not a magic, it just wanted one last one. So the crazy thing is, as I said, we wanted, before we're going to continue up, there needs to be that liquidity grab, But if I see it, I have to take it, right? I can't say, no, there's going to be one more. That doesn't happen all the time. But the times it does happen, I'm going to get caught out. And that's just the game I play. That is the game I play. Right? That is the game I play. Because this is what you want to be careful with. I had a stage in my trading career where this would happen to me, and then every trade I would wait for double liquidity grab and miss everything. I'd miss everything. So what I did instead is accept taking a loss, but remembering that your plan long term will play out. Because this week alone, I think I traded a bit too much. Like first week of the year, I used to not trade the first week of the year. I just used to study. This year, I've taken a trade every single day. Some days, 2 trades a day. So definitely, I've traded a bit much per my liking. But there were options. So could have I avoided this trade today? Technically, P&L wise, yes. But technical analysis wise, it did what I wanted for it to do. I'm only looking now, okay, how can I re-enter this? The only way I can see to re-enter is that you expect there to be no pullbacks. So you take the same buy again, and you put same stop loss, which is a random stop loss, and rely it just to keep pushing. But it's scary with such big 1 minute candles, because you know what it can do again? Today could be nasty, guys. And it could come back here, take liquidity from the high, and come back in the range, and then you're stopped again. Like, I've seen that happen before. And I've been really messed up by that before. And then guess what I do? When it comes back in the range and it comes down here, I take a buy. Because I expect it to bounce to the top of the range. What does it do that time? It breaks out the range and goes down and tests somewhere deeper. Then I get screwed again. And just like that, in one day, my whole weekly profit goes to shit. My whole weekly profit goes to shit. NQ made it back to the top of the range now. So we didn't get the sell below. I had it on my other monitor. If we had one more 5 minute candle close below here, I would attempt to sell back down to here. I'd attempt to sell to back down to here. Does NQ work in London too? It does, yes. It's a bad feeling, bro. Many times I've lost all the profits, week's profit on Friday. Yeah, that's why you just need to be careful, right? One trade is fine. Give yourself a shot. But especially if a Friday is an NFP day, we want to be more careful. But again, I got baited into it. I got baited. And it was correct bait. Like, it's not like the whole day ended up ranging. Like, the trade still worked. It's just really, I'm telling you, as a trader, this type of situation, when you literally draw, man. I mean, I drew... Like, I want people to understand the level of understanding. Like, answer me this question, right? This is what I always like to tell myself. Let's see if we can see my drawing. I want you guys to notice this. Please notice this, okay? Can you see where I drew the wick? Can we have a look? Can we just check this out? I drew the wick at 70 level. Can we please see where this wick came at? 7,300. Literally almost bang on. Okay? I said consolidate, try again, liquidity grab, then push up, and then I take the buys above the high. So what type of trader would I be to see this but not take it? Right? If I didn't take this trade, it's worse in my opinion, because it's like you're not following your own plans. You're scared. You can't be scared. So I'm happy. Just variance, that's a very important word, that. Very important word. But today what we get, second liquidity grab. So you need to learn. Sometimes that happens, but that doesn't mean you're a bad trader. Right? I mean, we drew that out perfectly. The only thing I'm pissed off is I have something to blame. I have NFP to blame. If NFP wasn't there, I wouldn't be pissed off because you're very calm. Because you're like, right? You're like, oh, there was no NFP today. I followed my plan. I did everything exactly. I'm happy. But since there's NFP, then there's that slight like, maybe I should have just left it. But no, man, I'm here to trade. So what to do? That's why I put it in journal here. I wrote double liquidity grab, NFP day, hit TP. Just to understand something. So yeah, anyways, I'm going to call it, man. I have to preserve capital here at the moment. Gave it a shot today. Been a great week, guys. First week of the year. Let's see what we've done in London here. Unfortunately, lost today. So I think 2 wins, 2 losses for London. Actually, no. What did we do? We had 1 win, 2 wins, 3 wins, 2 losses. Yeah, 3 wins, 2 losses. Not the best in London because of today. Otherwise, it would have been 3 wins, 1 loss, which is nice. But hey, who cares? You know, it's still profitable week, which is important. And that's it, man. As long as it's a profitable week, I'm happy. I'm happy. So, first week of the oh, this might be nice, huh? Breaking out. But do I trust a breakout? Look, I'm gonna just be addicted to take another setup here. So this is what I'm gonna do. That is why you wait for break and retest with confirmation. Sorry, bro. I forgot that you were the #1 trader in the world, and I have to listen to you. So I forget about that. My bad, my bad. We had different confirmations. Break and retest can be useful, but when there's other things, I'm only joking. When there's other things, you don't need to wait for that, right? You don't need to wait for that if you have other things. But sometimes break and retest can be useful, but don't always rely on it. You're going to miss a lot of trades, right? You're going to miss a lot of trades. That would be my input. But you're right. More confirmation is, of course, better. 100%. So, yeah. Appreciate you all. Thank you very much for showing up this week. I'll see you guys next week. Let's have a same. Even if next week is the same, it's good because it's positive. Let's keep these positive weeks rolling. and let's end January very, very strong here. It's been a great start, man. I think one of my best starts. I mean, trading every day on the first week of January for London is insane. And I think that's partially the problem. Like, I'm reflecting end of week and I think, hey man, should have just calmed it down. You had a great week, just call it, right? But hey, at least we don't take a loss that puts us into drawdown. Very important. Manage and move on. So appreciate you all. Take care and hopefully catch you guys very, very soon. Peace. Cheers, guys. Cheers.